Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol CLDX. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like through this time frame, that does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out where levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Did this analysis on Friday, so that's where the red and green line annotations are coming from. And honestly, this line up here kind of caught me off guard. This is from an annotate or a video that I did a long time ago, and to think that at one point this was actually a level of support, but that'll actually play perfectly later on in the analysis. So I'll just leave that line up there and we'll make the proper adjustment. But first, let's do a little house cleaning, and I'm going to delete that line out right there. Sure, that level still pertains to the chart, just not relevant, and from a presentation standpoint, I don't want to risk causing confusion because there's clutter with lines everywhere. So let's try to keep this as clean as possible. The first update, though, that doesn't need to be made after today's price movement is based on a foundational rule in charting, which states when levels of resistance are broken and closes above, you want to see them act as support. So 58 cents, one of the newest areas of support. The ideal level of support going forward, I mean, if you say, hey Clay, what would make this chart look the absolute best going forward? That would be at 65 cents. Now, don't get me wrong, if the price falls below 65, I'm not saying the entire chart is destroyed or anything like that. But yeah, if the price could manage to stay up above that level, that would certainly be a huge sign of strength going forward. Taking a step back and looking at all of this from that big picture point of view, as I've talked about in the past and will continue to talk about, it's all about the purple line there, the 50-period simple moving average. As the name implies, that line is going to move itself higher and higher. So a very basic yet highly effective way to judge the health of the move. This right here being defined as the move. Just watch the purple line. As long as the price stays above that line, as the line itself moves higher and higher, then the bulls are in full health, the bulls are in full control. How you can best visualize that, that is what's being represented. Again, yeah, staying above 65 would be great, but from the grand scheme of it all, as long as the price is above that purple line, the bulls 100% own the chart. Now, there is another rule in charting which states when levels of support are broken and closed below, they tend to act as resistance. So like I said, at one point, I have no idea when I did the video where I talked about right up here being a level of support, but at some point in time, the price broke down below it. So at that point, you would have expected it to act as resistance, just going back to those basic chart rules. And surprise, surprise, I suppose it didn't hit it, exactly, but I think we'd all agree, got pretty darn close and then was rejected from that area. So 78 cents, was that former area of support from a long time ago. And with the price now being down below it, that would be an area of resistance, and it did indeed act as resistance. So I'm not saying that the price can't break above 78. I'm just saying it makes sense why the price ultimately did kind of find some pushback up around that area. All in all, though, as long as the price keeps on building higher lows like it's been doing, the rest of the chart will eventually take care of itself, including breaking those levels of resistance. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.